Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel Magnetize Official. Alright, Divine Feminine. Let's dive into the heart of this channeling for you. I feel your energy searching for answers, clarity about what's unfolding behind the scenes, how your person perceives you, and where they currently stand in this connection. Especially if there's distance or silence between you, these questions may feel even more pressing. Together, we're going to tap into the deeper layers of their energy, using the Energy Oracle deck to gain insights into their thoughts, feelings, and the current state of your connection. Let's begin. To set the tone for this reading, I've pulled a card from the Energy Oracle deck, and the card that reveals itself is Deceit. This sets the stage for a powerful exploration into hidden truths and unresolved emotions. The energy here speaks of complexities that may not be immediately visible, urging us to look beneath the surface for answers. The first message that comes through loud and clear is this: you can't handle the truth. Now, before we dive deeper, let's unpack this statement, because it holds a mirror to the dynamic between you and your person. It suggests that there are truths, perhaps painful, raw, or deeply personal, that your person has been unable to express. I'm sensing the energy of someone who may have ghosted you, pulled back suddenly, or created a noticeable distance between you two. Whether it was through rejection, a lack of clarity, or a significant slowdown in communication, their actions have likely left you with unanswered questions. Here's what's coming through strongly. Their withdrawal isn't about something you've done. Let me repeat that. Divine Feminine. This distance is not a reflection of your actions or energy. What I'm picking up is the weight of external burdens they're carrying, ones that feel separate from your connection. It's as if they've been navigating emotional storms or external pressures they haven't yet shared with you. If you've been wondering, was it something I said? Did I do something wrong? Know that the energy I'm sensing points to their personal struggles. It feels like they're holding on to something heavy. Guilt, fear, or even shame that they haven't found the courage to address. This could stem from unresolved issues in their life, unrelated to you, but spilling into your connection. What's important to understand here, Divine Feminine, is that you are not the cause of their retreat. If anything, your light and authenticity may have triggered a response in them, forcing them to confront parts of themselves they weren't ready to face. And while this distance can feel painful, it's often in this space of separation that profound transformation takes root. As we move deeper into this reading, let's remain open to the unfolding messages. Whether their energy feels conflicted, weighed down, or even resistant, remember that you're being called to focus on your own truth and alignment. Let's continue to uncover the layers, one card and one revelation at a time. Your person is navigating a deeply personal struggle, one that feels entirely separate from the connection you share. What stands out most is their perspective on the situation. They're holding back because they believe that revealing their truth, whatever it may be, has the potential to change the dynamic of your connection in ways they're not prepared to face. There's a palpable fear of disrupting the bond you've built, of causing irreversible shifts they're unsure how to manage, and so they've chosen to withhold. It's not that they think you're incapable of understanding or supporting them, but rather that they're wrestling with their own uncertainty and fear of vulnerability. It's as if they've convinced themselves that keeping you in the dark is a way of protecting the connection, even if it doesn't feel that way to you. I can sense your powerful divine feminine energy, and with it, a deep sense of frustration and disappointment. You value honesty and transparency, These are the cornerstones of the way you approach relationships. And yet, your person made the decision to take that choice away from you. Instead of trusting you with the truth and allowing you to decide whether this was something you could navigate together, they chose silence, pulling back their energy or disappearing altogether. This may have left you feeling hurt, not just because of the distance, but because their actions seem to reflect a lack of faith in your strength and resilience. It feels like they underestimated your ability to handle the truth, to communicate openly, and to work through challenges as a team. Their actions, however unintentional, created an imbalance, leaving you to process the confusion and emotional weight of their withdrawal. If this resonates with you, it's because there's a part of you that knows you deserved better, a chance to understand, to be included in their process, and to decide for yourself what this connection means to you. There's no doubt that this has been a challenging chapter, but it's also one that reveals your incredible capacity for love, patience, and self-respect. What's coming through clearly is that your person holds a deep love and respect for you, but they've convinced themselves that sharing this part of their life might be too much of a burden for you to bear. They worry that their struggles would place unnecessary strain on your connection, or that it might weigh you down emotionally in ways they're not comfortable with. This withholding isn't about a lack of care, it's about fear. Fear of being fully seen, fear of judgment, and fear of losing the connection altogether. In their mind, pulling back may have seemed like the safer option, but the reality is that it has only created more distance and confusion. Divine Feminine, this is where your light shines the brightest. Your ability to hold space for yourself and for this connection, even in moments of uncertainty, is your greatest strength. As much as this situation may feel disappointing or even unfair, it's also a powerful opportunity to reaffirm your boundaries, honor your own worth, and trust that what's meant for you will always find its way back to you. You may have noticed your person withdrawing their energy, leaving you wondering what went wrong. Perhaps you even tried to bridge the gap, asking them with care and curiosity, "Can we talk about this?" But instead of opening up, it seemed like the more you invited them to share, the more they retreated. It's as though their fear of vulnerability or the possibility of disrupting your bond pushed them deeper into their shell. Now, Divine Feminine. This is where things get interesting. The card that steps forward is the Lovers, a beautiful and profound representation of the dynamic between you and your person. This card is all about soul-deep connections, meaningful choices, and the intertwining of two destinies. And yet, the phrase, right person, wrong time, rings loudly in the energy of this reading. The energy surrounding your connection feels like a whirlwind, intense, fast-moving, and almost overwhelming. It's as if your person was swept up in the magnitude of your bond, fully immersed in the magic of your presence. When they were with you, the time you shared felt incredible, aligned, and even destined. They were falling for you in a way that felt powerful and undeniable. But then, life seems to have thrown a curveball, something external, heavy, and unexpected that disrupted the flow of this connection. I'm sensing that this challenge is weighing heavily on them, making them feel like they can't give their whole self to this bond right now. It's not because they don't feel deeply for you. They absolutely do. But because they're grappling with circumstances that feel beyond their control. Your connection unfolded with a spark of electric intensity, moving so quickly that it may have caught your person off guard. The chemistry was undeniable. The alignment felt like fate, and yet, the sheer power of it all seems to have left them feeling unsteady. It's almost as if they needed to pull back to catch their breath, to find some sense of balance amidst the chaos of their emotions and external pressures. Right now, their retreat isn't about a lack of love or care. It's about self-preservation. They're trying to reconcile the depth of their feelings for you with the weight of whatever else they're carrying in their life. It's a balancing act, and one they're not quite sure how to manage. Divine Feminine, this is not a reflection of your worth or the strength of your connection. If anything, the intensity of what you share may have amplified their fears, leaving them questioning whether they're truly ready to rise to the occasion. But here's the thing. You are the embodiment of patience, love, and grace. Even as they pull back, you're holding space for yourself and your truth, knowing that what is meant for you will never pass you by. It feels undeniable. This connection caught your person completely off guard, as if life handed them a plot twist they weren't ready for. It's very likely that when the two of you first crossed paths, your person wasn't looking for something deep or all-consuming. Perhaps they assumed it would be light-hearted, uncomplicated, something casual. Or maybe it was you who initially wanted to keep things simple. Either way, neither of you could have predicted the depth and intensity of emotions that would unfold so quickly. The energy surrounding this situation is illuminated by the card, You Got the Love, a powerful reminder of the interplay between boundaries, self-worth, and the balance between independence and connection. This card speaks directly to the dynamics at play here, highlighting themes of self-respect and mutual growth. Your person, however, seems to be carrying a significant emotional burden, one laced with sadness and inner conflict. When they look at you, Divine Feminine, they see someone who stands tall in their authenticity, someone who radiates emotional strength, spiritual alignment, and a graceful approach to life. It's not that they think you're too good for them in a superficial way, but the contrast between their struggles and your light feels overwhelming to them. They admire you deeply, your emotional intelligence, your inner peace, and the way you navigate life with clarity. At the same time, these qualities inspire and intimidate them in equal measure. They're wrestling with their own insecurities, grappling with feelings of shame about the challenges they're facing. To them, these struggles feel massive, like mountains they have yet to climb. There's a fear that if they open up to you, you might see their burdens as trivial or unworthy of the weight they carry. What's unfolding here is a dynamic that calls for balance, a delicate dance between two people on different parts of their journey. Your person is learning to face their vulnerabilities while simultaneously being drawn to the strength and love they see in you. It's as though they believe the best way to protect this connection is to step back, unsure if they can truly rise to meet you where you are. The energy I'm sensing is also highlighting a particular dynamic. You're seen as someone advanced, whether that's in wisdom, emotional maturity, life experience, or spiritual growth. This perceived difference amplifies their feelings of inadequacy or insecurity. It's not entirely clear whether these emotions stem from their current circumstances, hidden struggles from the past, or a combination of both. But what's undeniable is the weight they're carrying. Your person isn't pulling back because they don't care. They care deeply. But they're facing an internal battle, one that's urging them to reconcile their sense of self-worth with the love and admiration they feel for you. And while this may leave you feeling disappointed or uncertain, it's a reflection of where they are on their own path, not of your value or the strength of this connection. Your person seems to be consumed by the fear of how you might perceive them if the truth were to come out. They're caught in a cycle of projecting their own fears onto you, imagining that you might dismiss or reject them if you knew the full story. Instead of opening up, they've created a wall around themselves, convincing themselves that you wouldn't understand or accept what's really going on. Deep down, they're not yet in a place where they can be vulnerable and honest about this part of their life. It feels like they're holding on to this truth tightly, not out of malice, but because they're afraid of how it might change the dynamic between you or how it might make them feel in your eyes. What's coming through strongly is that this is not a small issue they're dealing with. It's heavy, it's something they're wrestling with on a deep, emotional level. The weight of their struggle is palpable, and it's creating a barrier that they're not ready to break through just yet. As the Energy Oracle deck speaks, the Moon card makes its appearance, symbolizing confusion, hidden emotions, and the need for clarity. This energy perfectly matches the uncertainty and emotional fog that's clouding this situation. It's a reminder that not everything is as it seems, and there's much more beneath the surface that's yet to be revealed. Divine Feminine. I sense that you've started to shift your energy in response to this situation, not in the sense of withdrawing, but in matching your person's energy. When you first noticed the distance, you might have extended yourself, reaching out with compassion, saying something like, "Hey, I can tell something's off. Let's talk about it. I'm here for you." But instead of opening up, your person seemed to pull back, almost as if they couldn't meet you where you were. In time, you reached a place of acceptance. You recognized that if they weren't ready to open up, it was okay to give them the space they needed. You made a conscious decision to take a step back, shift your focus inward, and prioritize your own healing and growth. It's a powerful act of self-care, but it's also created a noticeable shift in the dynamic. Now, your person is feeling the weight of that change. They can sense your energy. Where you once reached out, you're now quieter, less focused on trying to get answers or pushing for communication. This has left them in a state of confusion, unsure of where they stand with you, and wondering how you truly feel about them now. What's particularly interesting is that I'm picking up on a mirroring effect here. It's like your person's hesitation to open up has reflected in your own hesitation. The distance between you is now creating a gap in communication, where both of you may be holding back your emotions. Neither of you is fully expressing what you're feeling, and it's amplifying the uncertainty and confusion. Divine Feminine. This situation is calling for patience and understanding, but also for clear communication. The emotions on both sides are real, and the desire for connection is strong, but right now, it's about navigating the discomfort of uncertainty. There's a lot of internal work that's being done, and even though things might feel stagnant on the surface, there's deeper transformation happening. The Moon card gently reminds us that the confusion you're feeling right now is rooted in fear and uncertainty. But it also carries a powerful message of potential emotional clarity, especially if both of you can step into a space of vulnerability and honesty. If you've been trying to understand what's really going on beneath the surface, this reading offers a window into your person's inner world, giving you a glimpse into the thoughts and emotions that have been influencing their behavior. It seems that your person has been carrying a heavy, deeply personal weight, and rather than confronting it directly, they've unintentionally projected that burden onto your connection. This emotional strain has grown so overwhelming that it's affecting how they show up in the relationship, and they've found themselves losing control over how to navigate this shared space. Often, when people feel like they're losing control, they resort to avoiding the situation altogether, letting things spiral downwards rather than finding the courage to correct their course. Your person might be caught in a pattern of making excuses, saying things like, "You're too good for me," or "You wouldn't be able to handle what I'm going through." But Divine Feminine, I sense that you're coming into a place of clarity, and what you're thinking right now is, "You didn't even give me a choice. You value transparency, honesty, and open communication above all else. For you, a real conversation, where they could lay everything on the table and let you decide if this was something you were willing to work through, would have been the respectful approach. You wanted the opportunity to choose, to show them the depth of your understanding, and to offer your support if that's what you felt capable of doing. The frustration you're feeling isn't about the challenges themselves. It's about the way they withheld the truth from you, assuming you couldn't handle it or that you wouldn't understand. That's where the real betrayal lies. By shutting you out, they've denied you the chance to show them that you're more than capable of supporting them. And this has created a rift, a space of distance between you that feels painful and unjust. This rift is magnified because the way they've acted, or more accurately, the way they've failed to communicate, has stripped you of the opportunity to demonstrate your love, respect, and capacity for understanding. For you, this connection is about mutual respect, and when they didn't offer that, it broke the flow of trust that could have helped you both heal together. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The very next card that popped out is the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgia, emotional longing, and the desire to reconnect with something or someone from the past. There's an undeniable pull to revisit a time when things felt easier, more innocent, or more aligned. Your person might be feeling the weight of this nostalgia too, longing for the moments of connection you shared, and wishing they could turn back time and handle things differently. This card hints at the deep emotional bond between you two, reminding both of you of the tenderness that still exists despite the challenges. This beautifully captures the emotional dynamic unfolding here. Your person is caught in a whirlwind of regret and deep emotional turmoil. They are tangled in a loop of longing, unable to let go of what they feel or to move forward in any meaningful way. The connection you shared has left an indelible mark on them, and no matter how much they try to shake it off, they can't stop thinking about you. You brought a nurturing energy into their life, a sense of comfort and safety that they didn't realize they were craving. Your presence became something they relied on, something that felt like home. They became accustomed to the warmth you offered, your genuine concern for their well-being, and the space you created for them to just be. But now, with the distance between you, whether they pulled away themselves or unintentionally pushed you away, they find themselves unable to let go of this connection. No matter how much they try, they can't move on from you. Even though they respect you deeply and hold a lot of feelings for you, it seems like they're justifying their actions by telling themselves things like, the divine feminine is too advanced for me, or they wouldn't understand what I'm going through. These thoughts are likely a defense mechanism they've created, excuses they've built to protect themselves from the vulnerability of fully opening up to you. Deep down, they're afraid that if they let you in, you might not accept them in the way they need. They might even be thinking, what if they don't care? Or, what if they don't see my struggles the way I do? What's clear is that despite all their doubts and insecurities, they are still irresistibly drawn to you. They feel the magnetic pull of your energy, consumed by thoughts of you and the emotional depth and wisdom you bring to the table. The truth is, they can't shake this connection. It's as if they're emotionally bound to you, and even though they may not have expressed it fully or taken meaningful steps forward, the impact you've had on their heart is undeniable. There's this constant push and pull within them when it comes to you. On one hand, they can't stop thinking about you. The connection you share constantly lingers in their mind, and they feel the void left by your absence. On the other hand, they're wrestling with how to move forward from this place of emotional stagnation. They're caught in this in-between space, unsure of how to navigate the weight of their external circumstances, which seem to be the root cause of the delays in your connection. But here's the thing. This energy isn't about a lack of care or interest in you. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about them being stuck in a mental and emotional quagmire, unsure of how to reconcile the challenges they're facing in their life with the deep, undeniable bond they share with you. They're not rejecting you. They're just struggling to figure out how to align their current reality with the love they feel for you. And until they can untangle their feelings and address the external pressures weighing on them, it seems like this connection is in a state of emotional limbo. I really hope this message resonated with someone today, and if it did, I'm sending you so much love and light. To close out the reading, I'm going to pull one final card from the Starseed Oracle deck and see where it leads us. And here it is, the Courageous Peony. This card is a beautiful reminder of the power in vulnerability, in embracing openness, and in standing firm in the truth. It's a message that speaks to the heart of your person's journey as they come to a crossroads, preparing to reveal what they've been holding back. The message is simple, but profound. You need to know the truth. It seems that your person is on the verge of a breakthrough, a pivotal moment where they're either ready or very close to being ready to step forward and take responsibility for their actions in this connection. They've spent so much time reflecting, replaying everything in their mind, and it's becoming clear to them now. Withholding the truth wasn't just unfair to you, it was a disservice to what you shared. And they're starting to see the gravity of it all. They've been so consumed with thoughts of you and the distance that's grown between you. And now, in hindsight, they're realizing, I pushed away someone who might have been open to hearing me out, to working through this together. Even if they couldn't understand, I should have at least given them the choice. And it's in this realization that the regret starts to set in. This regret comes from the fact that they projected their own insecurities and fears onto you instead of simply being upfront about what was happening in their life. But what's clear now is that their decision to withhold the truth wasn't driven by malice. It came from a place of wanting to protect you. They genuinely thought they were sparing you from the burden of their struggles, believing that shielding you was the right thing to do. However, in doing so, they failed to honor your ability to handle the truth and your need for clarity. This is likely where much of your disappointment comes from. They didn't give you the opportunity to decide for yourself. They made that choice for you, and now they see how unfair that was. The energy of this card feels aligned with reconciliation, or at the very least, with an honest conversation. Your person deeply respects you, and now they're coming to understand that you deserve to know the truth. It's possible that they'll soon reach out to you, bringing clarity to what has transpired and opening up about what they've been holding back all this time. I know this has been a lot to process, but it feels like we've arrived at a really good place to wrap up today's reading. The energy is crystal clear. There's so much happening beneath the surface, and your person is on a journey toward truth and self-awareness. Trust that everything that is meant for you will find its way back to you in divine timing, and know that this situation is unfolding as it should. Sending you all the love and light on your path ahead. Stay grounded in your truth, and remember, you're always divinely guided. Support this journey by interacting with the content. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, Magnetize Official. Your engagement helps expand this loving and supportive community, and it ensures you won't miss future readings packed with wisdom and inspiration. And if you'd like to show some extra love and help the channel grow, you can send a super thanks. Your support means the world to me. Thank you for joining me today on this voyage of discovery and personal transformation. May you move forward with courage, clarity, and a deep trust in the incredible journey unfolding before you. Until we connect again, lovely souls, sending you love, light, and boundless faith in the beauty of your unique path.